Job affirmed that no leader has any real wisdom apart from God. No research or report can outweigh God's opinion. No scientific discovery or medical advances takes him by surprise. When we look for guidance for our decisions, we must recognize that God's wisdom is superior to any the world has to offer. Don't let earthly advisors dampen your desire to know God better. Welcome back to the program, everybody. I'm Reverend Said, and today we're going to be reading Job chapter 13, verses 1 through 19, Job chapter 13, verse 20, and chapter 14, verse 22. Job wants to argue his case with God. And if you ain't did it already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment on any video on this channel. All right, let's go ahead and begin our reading at Job chapter 13, verses 1 through 19. Look, I have seen this with my own eyes and heard it with my own ears, and now I understand. I know as much as you do. You are no better than I am. As for me, I will speak directly to the Almighty. I want to argue my case with God Himself. As for you, you smear me with lies. As physicians, you are worthless quacks. If only you could be silent, that's the wisest thing you could do. Listen to my charge. Pay attention to my arguments. Are you defending God with lies? Do you make your dishonest arguments for His sake? Will you slant your testimony in His favor? Will you argue God's case for Him? What will happen when He finds out what you are doing? Can you fool Him as easily as you fool people? No, you will be in trouble with Him if you secretly slant your testimony in His favor. Does His majesty terrify you? Doesn't your fear of Him overwhelm you? Your platitudes are valuable as ashes. Your defense is fragile as a clay pot. Be silent now and leave me alone. Let me speak and I will face the consequences. Yes, I would take my life into my hands and say what I really think. God might kill me, but I have no hope. I am going to argue my case with Him. But this is what will save me. I am not godless. If I were, I could not stand before Him. Listen closely to what I'm about to say. Hear me out. I have prepared my case. I will be proven innocent. Who can argue with me over this? And if you prove me wrong, I will remain silent and die. Job chapter 13, verse 20, and chapter 14, verse 22, Job asks how he has sinned. Oh God, grant me these two things, and then I will be able to face you. Remove your heavy hand from me, and don't terrify me with your awesome presence. Oh, summon me, and I will answer. Oh, let me speak to you, and you reply. Tell me what I have done wrong. Show me my rebellion and my sin. Why do you turn away from me? Why do you treat me as your enemy? Would you terrify a leaf blown by the wind? Would you chase dry straw? You write bitter accusations against me and bring up all my sins of my youth. You put my feet in stocks. You examine all my paths. You trace all my footprints. I waste away like rotting wood, like a moth-eaten coat. How frail is humanity? How short is life? How full of trouble? We blossom like a flower, then we wither. Like a passing shadow, we quickly disappear. May you keep an eye on such a frail creature a demand an accountant from me? Who can bring purity out of an impure person? No one. You have decided the length of our lives. You know how many months we will live. And we are not given a minute longer. So leave us alone and let us rest. We are like hired hands, so let us finish our work in peace. Even a tree has more hope. If it is cut down, it will sprout again and grow new branches. Though its roots have grown old in the earth and its stump decays, at the scent of water it will bud and sprout again like new seedling. But when people die, their strength is gone. They breathe their last, and then where are they? As water evaporates from a lake and a river disappears in a drought, people are laid to rest and do not rise again until the heavens are no more. They will not wake up, nor be roused from their sleep. I wish you would hide me in the grave and forget me until your anger has passed. But mark your calendar to think of me again. Can the dead live again? If so, this would give me hope through my years of struggle, and I would eagerly await the release of death. You would call and I would answer, and you would yearn for me, your handiwork. For then you would guard my steps instead of watching my sins. My sins would be sealed in a pouch, and you would cover my guilt. But instead, as the mountains fall and crumble, as the rocks fall from a cliff, as the water wears away the stone, and the flood wash away the soil, so you destroy people's hope. You always overpower them, and they pass from the scene. You disfigure them in death and send them away. They never know if their children grow up in honor or sink into insignificance. They suffer painfully. Their life is full of trouble. In his closing remarks to the first round of conversation, Job was saying that life is short and full of trouble. Sickness, loneliness, disappointment, and death caused Job to say that life is not fair. Some understand that verses 14 and 15 to mean that even in his gloom, Job hoped for the resurrection of the dead. If this is true, then Job understood the one truth that could put his suffering in perspective. God's solution for believers who live in an unfair world is to guarantee life with him forever. No matter how unfair your present world seems, God offers the hope of being in his presence eternally. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap up our program for today. But please join me on the next episode where we'll jump into Job chapter 15, verses 1 through 35, Eliphaz's second response to Job. Y'all come back and see me and stay blessed.